Hey, badass boss moms. Abby Ascensi here in Chicago, and I am a badass boss mom just like you. I am here to bring that inner badass out of you, help you walk like a boss, talk like a boss, but still prioritize self-love, self-respect, guys. I am so excited today. I am going to be interviewing an awesome badass boss mom. Now, remember when I told you guys, I want these interviews to help remind you that you are not alone, okay? This woman that we're going to be interviewing, her name is Mary Beth, okay? Now, she is like a hustler. She's an entrepreneur. She's done a little bit of it all. She is a fighter, guys, okay? I want to be able to bring women on here that we can all relate to, because even though we all have different jobs, different amount of kids, different relationship issues, different weight loss journeys, at the end of the day, we're all connected either with an anxiety connection, a depression connection, or we're just all, type of mom hair, don't care connection going on. We have all types of connections, but I want to remind you guys that you are not alone. You might have a lot that you can relate to with Mary Beth, and she can help you out, and she's actually here. So I am so excited that we were having some technical difficulties as always with live camera, but no, don't worry, she's here. Say hello. Can you hear us okay? You're good? Hold on, hold on. Okay, now can you hear us?
I'm
Good?
good. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh my God. Okay, I'm so glad it worked. I'm so, so glad. I was just introducing you right now as like a badass boss mom. I'm so glad that you interview. I'm so, so glad. Okay, so let's just go in it. Let us know everything that we need to know about who you are. Oh no.
Okay. So my name, you said what?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I
Okay.
think
So
you
my
broke.
name is Mary Beth. Oh, no. I'm 34. I live in the Metro Detroit area. I have a daughter who is going to be 7 on Friday, which is really exciting. We have a whole Lion King / Pokemon mashup party thing happening. So
Really?
it's going to be fun. Anyways, yeah, we're going to see the Lion King, but she wanted Pokemon theme. So
Got it.
it's like
Got it.
half and half, I guess. But I own my own company, Cherry Paints LLC. I'm a face painter, henna artist, balloon twister. I've been doing it since I was pregnant, self-employed fully for about 3 years. I also just started working at the front office in my daughter's school as like a clerk in the morning, which is really cool. So when school is in session, I spend my mornings helping the secretary out with attendance and the kids and stuff like that. And that's been really enjoyable. I'm excited to get back into that. So it's her and I. We have a house here. We rent a house anyways, and her school's about 1.5 miles, and we just we just kind of hustle through life, I guess.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean, it seems like you kind of have your life together. The way that, you put yourself on Facebook and your journey, your weight loss, everything, what has to be your biggest accomplishment so far? Because you make it look
Uh,
easy, that's for sure.
okay, I don't have anything together. Just gonna put that out there. I would say right now my biggest accomplishment, honestly, is my weight loss.
Okay.
I'm right on the verge of 50 pounds. I mean, there was a point in my life where I would have looked at myself and thought, like, there's no way that I would have seen myself now. I was overweight. I mean, the last time I weighed myself, I was about 270 pounds, and I couldn't even bring myself to weigh in when I started Weight Watchers. And so now seeing myself maintaining this weight loss and living a healthy lifestyle, it is a huge accomplishment for me personally.
Okay.
Um, I'm right now, I think that that's probably one of the things that I'm most proud of in my life.
Okay. Nice. I mean, yeah, we can definitely tell the difference big time. How do you compare your life now to when you recently became, because you are single, right?
Yes.
Yes. So compared to then and now, what's the biggest difference between Mary Beth? That one and this
Okay. So I haven't really talked a lot about my relationship on social media, even when I was in it. And it's funny. I've learned. I've been through a couple breakups in my life that have really kind of wrecked me. Ruined me. I've been in some really toxic relationships, and this one, it was a hard one to let go. I will say that, but it's the first breakup that has ever given me confidence, because I was able to step back and see what was wrong and where I should have stood up for myself and where I should have required more because I deserved more. And that's not to say anything wrong about him. I think we were both, the timing was really hard. We were both very busy individuals. And I don't think he meant any harm. So it was hard to take it personal and be really hurt. Sad, yes, but I have gained more confidence out of that breakup because I hope that the next time I have a relationship like that come into play in my life, I know better and I value myself more than I really ever have in relationships. And that's been a huge difference for me in terms of like, it didn't break me. It didn't bury me. You know, did I cry? Yes. Did it hurt? Yes. But it made me stand taller as an individual, which is something that I'm thankful for.
You made the breakup look easy. I will tell you that. I mean, God, oh my goodness. I'm like, does she even remember the guy? I'm kidding. No, I don't want him to like watch and then get mad, right? No, but you did a really good job. So that's all I have to say. Okay, so what's one tip that you have for a recently becoming single mom?
Ooh, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
I feel like, I mean, God, I know that when I first became single again, it was like, oh my God, my life is over. You know, like that's what you feel like you're never going to get back on your feet. But look at us now. You know what I mean? That's why, what would be the one thing you would tell her right now?
There is another side to this. It might not get easier. It's hard, but it does get better. Okay. Life can change for the better. And honestly, it ended for a reason. Don't convince yourself to go back to it because it seems like the easy thing, because it seems like life's too hard without it. Yep. Don't. Because, I mean, you're talking to somebody who, when I first broke up with my daughter's father, I didn't have a bank account to my name. We were staying with friends. I had one part-time job at the zoo. I mean, life seemed impossible. And here I am, almost 5 years later, in a rental house close to Royal Oak, owning my own business, supporting myself and my daughter. And we've gone through phases. We lived in a trailer for a while. We had housemates here for a while. Like it's been a process. There has been tears. There has been hard work. There has been sleepless nights. There has been all of those things. But in the end, it's 100% worth it. And I encourage you to find your tribe, find your people that can surround you and your children with the kind of support that you need. I recently heard something that said, your friends are your future. And I look at the people that I've surrounded myself in victory with, and I look at their lives and their relationships and their struggles and I think to myself, I'm so thankful that this is my future. You know, these are the people who are, you know, I need to be able to call somebody at the drop of a hat and know that they're going to be there for me, because you can't do this alone. It takes a village. So find your tribe, do things that scare you, but do not go back, because it does get better.
And it is hard. I know, trust me, it's hard to stay away. It's because you get so comfortable, you know, you get so comfortable. And I feel like maybe that's one of the reasons why women always go back to the significant others, no matter what they do to them, because it's comfortable. It's what you know, it's what's easy, like you said. But you just have to push through that hump, and it's so much better on the other side. Like, don't go back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we touched a little bit about your weight, but because it's an amazing transformation, I kind of want to go back to your weight loss, okay? When I started my weight loss transformation, it was hard. It was hard giving up my tacos because I was addicted to tacos. So what would you tell somebody that's just starting off, like today is their day one, or they're going to start on Monday? What would you tell them so that, you know, they don't give up or they don't get overwhelmed? Because sometimes being on a weight loss journey, it's hard. It's overwhelming. What would you say?
The biggest thing to remember is that we are all human, right? I post all the time these smart eating choices. I tag myself in at the gym. I drink my 5 water bottles a day. And like the amount of pizza I ate on Sunday night is like shameful. You know what I mean? Like, it happens that you're going to have these moments and have these weaknesses, but understand, like, it's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. It's not a quick fix. I am teaching myself and my daughter how to live this sustainably. The snacks to grab, the sugar-free applesauce and the clementine, I take with me every time I go on a gig. It keeps me away from gig food. It keeps me full long enough. Like, I try and make choices now so that I'm not making the choices that I used to make when I was over 270 pounds, you know, and it's a process, and it's slow and it's steady. And don't get hung up on other successes and how quickly they are. Don't compare yourself to others. Do what you need to do. Just do it. You know, on the days when I don't work out, I spend the entire day regretting it, thinking about it, stressing about it. Should I go? Should I not go? And then I go to bed at night going, man, I really wish I would have. But every time I show up to work out, I get it done. And then the rest of the day, I feel great. I feel accomplished. I feel focused. You know, movement is medicine. It really is. And just when I started this, I walked a mile. I couldn't even run. I remember running into a friend one night. I was walking at the park right here, and she was out running. She lived in the neighborhood, and she like came up to me, and we said, hey, really quick. And then she goes, okay, I'm going to go finish my workout. And she ran off. And I remember thinking to myself, I couldn't physically do that if I wanted to. And it was one of those personal moments that was like, that night I started to push myself to run a little bit. And then I remember the first time I was able to go corner to corner without stopping. And it's just like, it took me a long time to get there. But you have to do it. You have to just try and keep showing up for yourself, you know, but this is a journey. I've had weeks where my scale's gone up 3.5 pounds, and I've had weeks when it's gone down 3.5 pounds, you know? But if you're just starting out, stay with it, show up. You know what I mean? You can friend me and follow my journey if you want, because I'm constantly posting, you know, my low point stuff. I follow a Weight Watchers lifestyle. So I do count points. I do track it. There's an app. It's really awesome. But you know, I'm all about support. And like, if you need to reach out, my sister has a page, Conditioned by Katie, that I follow, and she has tons of really livable advice, you know, like really just practical things that you can incorporate. Like, I can make myself chicken nachos for dinner. I can do it. I just have to be smart about what I'm doing. I have to measure my portions. Use a measuring cup. Use a tablespoon. If it says 1 cup of cereal is a serving size, measure out a cup, and you're going to realize that it's actually more food than you realize. Like, you can make choices about your food that are easy, but that are going to benefit you in the long run. So, but that's just, you know, I hooked up with a lot of groups, and I started following a lot of tips and recipe pages, and that kind of got me motivated to start sharing my own journey. So,
And you said you started off at 270, right? You said, is that
probably a little bit more than that. I was too embarrassed to actually step on the scale, but the last time I got weighed before I started was around 270.
Oh my God. And how much do you weigh now?
220.
Oh my God.
I know. I want to go for Wonderland. It's like, you know, I've gone 50 and I look at this extra 20 and I've been plateaued. Like, I actually technically, there's been 1 or 2 times where I've stepped on the scale and I've been the other side of 220, but my weigh-in that I log my weight is Friday mornings. And on a Friday morning, I still have not, I got down a week ago, I was down to 220.2. Like, I was 0.2 points away from actually saying full 50. So I haven't gone on and like announced that I've hit my goal weight yet, but I've been more consistent. I plateaued for a couple of months after the breakup, but I maintained, I was happy with.
Yeah, that's a good thing, actually. You didn't gain anything, so.
No, and I've been back on it. I've been better about my tracking. We're kind of adjusted to summer schedules now, so I'm more consistent at jazzercise. It's just, so I'm down about 50 though. And I got 20 more till I hit Wonderland. So that's kind of where my next goal is. Once I hit that 50, is by the fall, I want to be under that 200 mark.
That's been my goal for like 3 months now. I'm being a little lazy. I'm not going to lie. Like, I wanted the 100s, you know, and I'm like, I was so close. There was the lowest I was like 206. I'm like, yeah, all I need is 7 more pounds. And then I just stopped. And then, you know, I haven't gained anything.
Are you drinking your water?
I do, and I don't.
Huh? Drink your water.
I know.
Drink your water.
I know. Trust
I
me, I
drink
know. I'm
5
trying.
of these a day. This water bottle cost me $3 at Kroger. I take it with me everywhere. Before I
Yeah.
have it, if I'm going out for drinks or something, I make sure I'll show up at the bar with this half full going, I got to finish my 5th water bottle before I have an alcohol drink. Like
See,
5 a
and it's
day.
all discipline. Here, you know what I wanted to ask you, and because you've been on this journey for a long time now, and I'm pretty sure, besides that breakup, I'm pretty sure you've run into other situations that are, just that cause anxiety or that cause a little bit depression, whether it's a bill you can't pay. Sometimes it's easier for us to be like, okay, let's just go get some comfort food. It makes you feel better. Some people eat when they're depressed. How have you overcome just fighting those urges of just wanting to eat to make yourself feel better?
There are nights when I don't. Um,
Okay.
and then I wake up the next morning and I'm like, you regret it the next morning. You can feel it in your stomach when you reheated that pizza late at night. The one thing that I've started to do, honestly, is I throw out my leftovers. If I go out
Ooh,
to a
that's a good
restaurant or if I have cheat
idea.
meal or if I order pizza, it's good and I indulge, but I get rid of the leftovers because if I have that cold food sitting in my freezer or in my fridge and it's late at night, it's going into the
Exactly.
microwave and then it's going into my mouth and then I regret it the next morning. Because do I have the option to like probably still eat unhealthy food around this house? Yes. But reheating greasy Mexican or pizza or whatever it was that you had, like once you indulge, I get rid of it so that it eliminates that temptation for me late at night. Because for
Yeah.
me, late at night eating is probably my biggest struggle.
Okay.
Um, but in terms of overcoming the depression and the anxiety, you can't always. Sometimes you just have to let yourself feel it.
Yeah.
If I'm having a sleepless night, I focus on my breathing a lot. I just kind of calm it down and I try and calm my thoughts. I try and stay away from my cell phone at night too, because for me, a lot of that hits late at night when I'm here and I'm by
Okay.
myself and I've got time to think. I stay away from my phone. I don't like if I wake up at 1 a.m. I'll check the time, but I will stay off of my phone because if I start to open up Facebook and scroll, all of a sudden it's 4:30 in the morning and I'm still sitting here scrolling on Facebook. And I already struggle with how much I have my phone in my hand anyways. I think that social media
Yeah.
can be somewhat of an addiction in and of itself. But there are times when you have to let yourself feel that. There are times when you have to let yourself cry because you have to know that you can pick yourself back up. You've got
Yes.
kids who are depending on you, and you have a life that you have to create for them. Otherwise, they don't have it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's okay to feel anxious and depressed sometimes. But I don't know. I'm a big supporter, I guess, of self-care. And sometimes that means, sorry, my phone is
It's
texting.
okay.
I've got performers. Anyways, I kind of forget where I was going with that because that just distracted me. But the other thing that I've been doing myself a lot recently is I've kind of been dating myself. Um,
Ooh,
I
okay.
was, I was single for a long time after my daughter's father and I broke up, and I waited. I waited to get into a relationship, and it felt really good. I felt so wonderful. Um, but in the way that I looked at him and the way that I felt about him, but being with him also helped me to see myself differently, if that makes sense, because
Yeah.
I saw somebody who was looking at me the same way I was looking at them, and so I started to look at myself that way. I never have. I'm a big self-hater,
Okay.
and I've like I said, I've been with a lot of toxic people, and I've started to have a lot of really negative thoughts about myself physically, my personality. Like I was always just really hard on myself, and I still am. And I struggle. Like I don't want to pass that on to my daughter. I don't want her
Of
to be hard on
course,
herself.
right.
But
Yeah.
after my last relationship ended, it was sad physically to not have that person and that presence, that safety and that warmth that I felt with them. But the trade-off of that is that I began to see myself as sexy, as beautiful, as desirable, as a friggin' catch. Like, as somebody who is worth it, worth the time, worth the priority, worth the communication. And I'm not going to sit around and wait for some guy to see that in me. I need to show myself that. So like, I recently went to a ska concert by myself. It was a band I used to listen to back in the day. A friend was going to go with me, but then her kid got sick. It was at a little kind of bar here that was close to home. And I thought, you know what? I got this ticket. I used to travel all over like Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio to see these guys when I was much younger. I thought, you know what? I got a sitter, I got an Uber, and I took myself to see the show. And I'll tell you this, as soon as I walked into the door, because I didn't go see the first band. I didn't know them. And because I was going by myself, I was like, I'm just going to show up for the headlining band. I walk in as the first band is playing their last few songs, and I'm standing there getting my ticket checked in, and the lead singer of the band I'm there to see like stopped and talked to me because I was wearing a concert t-shirt from their final tour that I went to years ago. And so here Reese is talking to me, and I'm like, it was exhilarating to be back in a mosh pit and at this concert. And I was there by myself. And I want to take myself to the batting cages. That was something I wanted to do last summer. And I never went because we never made a date. And I don't want to lose out on that experience. I want to go to a batting cage and then eat at a restaurant I've never eaten at. And I deserve to do that. I deserve to go alone and confident and happy and like, you know, why do I have to wait on someone to do that for me? So that's one thing that I've really been doing lately to kind of show myself that I'm worth it is that, you know, and it's scary. I just RSVP'd to a wedding as party of one. And when my friend got engaged, I had somebody and I was really excited to go to this wedding as a couple. And I had to RSVP as a +1 and I'm kind of terrified. It kind of sucks to go alone, but you know what? I'm going to get a gorgeous dress and I'm going to go and have a good time. And I'm going to come home and be by myself that night and it's going to be fine. You know, I'm going to have a great time and make good memories because I'm thrilled about my friend. And, you know, that's what it is. I'm not going to let the fact that I have to be single or alone stop me from looking at myself and seeing myself as the confident, sexy, beautiful woman that I am. And I've never felt that way about myself before.
That's so empowering. Just hearing you talk, you know, it's like, now I want to go to a wedding by myself. I swear to God, like you're just making it sound so like, oh my God, and I hope women are like having the same feeling I'm having right now, just seeing you talk and the confidence you have. Like, even though you're admitting to being a little bit scared, you're still like, I'm still going to do it. Like, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm still going to do it. And I'm still going to have fun because I have control over my own happiness. I'm not going to give that control to anybody else. And that's amazing. That's like, when you say things like that, you let us know you do have your SHIT together. I'm sorry. Like you just make it seem like you do have it together. Okay. And I was actually, one of my questions was, I wanted you to talk a little bit about dating, but you just said it all right now. Like you literally just said it all right now. One of my other questions was going to be like 2 tips for a single mom that wants to get back into the dating scene. I feel like right there, you just answered that one too. Like, date yourself first. If you date yourself first and you're women enough, strong enough, mature enough to embrace that, then now you're ready to go handle somebody else. But you have to like literally date yourself first. That's insane. That's amazing.
You do.
That's awesome. Thank you for that, because you just answered 2 questions. Okay, so I think that's awesome. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna do a little bit of like, what kind of things do you like this or that, and then just let me know. Okay, coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay, Burger King or McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Really? Oh, it's so boring. It's just, I don't know. I feel like McDonald's is like the dollar store of food. Like everybody just goes, I don't know, I'm weird. Well, don't even eat that.
Tacos.
See, tacos. Okay, so Chinese food or tacos? Chinese food or tacos?
Ooh.
Come on.
Tacos.
Okay, thank you.
Food's my favorite.
Okay, do you guys have like a Chick-fil-A or Chipotle out there? Chipotle? Do you have Chipotle over there?
There's some Chick-fil-A's I've never been because they're not really close. We do have Chipotle and we have Qdoba, and I prefer Qdoba to Chipotle.
What? Oh, we're not friends no more. I'm sorry. Like, Chipotle's original. Oh my God. You keep liking the non-original stuff. Okay. That's okay. All right. So would you prefer to stay in and chill? watch Netflix, or do you want like to go out on a date night?
Oh, honestly, it depends on the night. There are some
Really?
nights when I am up for some karaoke and a good time, and there are nights when I am up to just like chill in my slippers and red box a movie that I
Okay.
pay way too much money for because I forget to return for a
To
week.
return. That's why you do Netflix. That's exactly what you do Netflix, girl. Come on. Okay, so the last part. I really want to thank you for just doing this interview. But before you leave, in your own words, tell us what you think a badass boss mom is.
I think that a badass boss mom is someone who is not ashamed to show her scars, who wakes up and gives it her best every day. And sometimes your best is going to be less than your best is on other days, and that's okay. I think a badass boss mom is someone who hustles and who makes sure their kids know they're a priority. Like my daughter's in her room right now. She knows that she's my priority. But sometimes as a mom, regardless if it's a social media thing or a business thing or a self-care thing, sometimes I need to lay down a nap. Actually, my daughter's friend's dad is here to pick her up right now. So I got to pop off this.
Okay.
But
And you have to go handle it.
I,
All right. Well, thank you so much
I
for
do.
tuning in. Go ahead. You can get out. I'm just going to say bye, but you can go.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
love you. Bye.
Bye. Let's
How do I
see.
get out of
Okay.
Leave.
I think she's out. Okay, awesome guys. So she's out. I really hope that you enjoyed that. I love that exit. That exit is like the perfect representation of what a badass boss mom, like typical day in a badass life. You know what I'm trying to say? A typical day in a badass boss mom's life. Bam, I just said it. It took me a while, but you totally knew what I was trying to throw down right there. Her daughter was having a play date and she had to run off because the dad was there. Guys, that's what we do. We handle our business. And I love what she said. One of the things that's so interesting to me is that last question that I'm going to be asking every single person that I interview. In your words, how would you describe a badass boss mom? And now that I've interviewed a few ladies, every single one of them has said something different. And every single one of them is like, oh my God, I love it. I love what she said. I love what she said. She said. What Mary Beth said right now about how somebody that isn't afraid to show their scars. 100% true. I love that part. Somebody that just wakes up every day and just tries their best that day. And even if your best isn't good that day, you still tried your best. Tried. Keyword, tried. That's all we need to do, right, guys? All right. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that interview with Mary Beth. I hope that you guys found something to relate to her about anything, whether you guys got out of a dating if you just recently got out of a relationship from dating somebody. She has a 7-year-old daughter. She owns a business. You heard her weight loss journey. It's not easy for her. She ate pizza the other day, but she's still out there hustling. She went back on it. She went back on her diet, not her diet, because it's more of a weight loss journey. Guys, if you can relate to her, follow up with her, contact her, thank her for her time. Just follow her sister. Her sister also is in weight loss. So thank you so much for tuning in. Mary Beth is awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am here to bring that inner badass out of you, help you walk like a boss, talk like a boss, all but still prioritizing self-love. You heard what Mary Beth said. She also is big on self-care. So guys, have an awesome day and we'll see you for the next interview. Bye guys.